So Leroy Brady, who's one of our partners, he's a landscape architect for the Arizona Department of Transportation. I'll let him continue.
Arizona Parkway's Historic Scenic Roads was established by legislation in 1982 by the Arizona State Legislature. And we're going to be talking about the scenic roads that are within that circle, but this map depicts the scenic roads that have been designated by the Arizona Transportation Board throughout the state. The recognition of scenic roads allows the department, when we have construction projects, to consider those aspects that are unique qualities from a scenic standpoint and from a design standpoint, and take those into consideration during the process of designing construction projects. Some examples of roads that we pay a lot of attention to are the Gila Pinel Scenic Road over Gonzales Pass. Those new sections of road, even though it's taken it from a two-lane road, in a lot of ways that new road is much more attractive in its landforms and other things than the old two-lane road was. The Apache Trail is a historic road, so that's a whole different set of criteria that we follow in partnership with the Forest Service. I might add that in addition to scenic roads, highways that are built on on forest lands, we have a manual that we have developed with the Forest Service and the BLM that is called Guideways for Highways on BLM and U.S. Forest Lands. So we're a transportation agency, they're a natural resource agency, so we have to bring those two things together so that we both do a better job, and we've done that through the guidelines. So these roads, the Apache Trail is one of those unique experiences. Once you've done it, you want to wait a while before you do it again. And especially if your visitors are from back east and fairly flat country. The Gila Pinel is a normal type highway and a pretty nice experience. Going south out of Superior and also south of Globe, we have the Copper Corridor East and Copper Corridor West scenic roads. And then the desert to the tall pines is near Roosevelt Dam and goes all the way up to State Route 260. Those scenic roads include interpretive areas along the way, and through in the past we've had funding that allowed the flexibility for developing interpretation, and that's been coordinated with the Forest Service. We do have safety projects along some of these roads. We find that some of the curves are compound curves, and a person on a motorcycle gets started on a curve and doesn't realize that curve changes. And so we've got some projects that have those kinds of safety things. So we work with the Forest Service to minimize those impacts on. You can see close to the edge of this road on the Apache Trail are those rocks. And we want to preserve the effect and the scenic quality of that area. The Apache Trail is such a unique road because of its history going back to about 1907, when the merchants of Mesa bonded to construct that road in order to make Mesa the head for the construction of Roosevelt Dam rather than Globe. So even then there was some rivalry. And certainly the new bridge construction when the road was taken off of Roosevelt Dam itself. This is road construction on the Gila Pinel, lot of attention to the landforms and relating those to those in the surrounding area. Environmental issues are always important in blending the slopes and in revegetating with those species. And Arizona Department of Transportation, going back to about '92, made a complete transition to native-only plant materials to be seeded on the highway to recognize it along Oak Creek. And the superstitions, and the desert to the tall pines. So I'm going through some of these pretty fast because we're past time, but the Copper Corridor Scenic Road, again, these penstemon and desert marigolds and brittle are the result of road seeding on cut and fill slopes. So we are managing our scenery so that our children and grandchildren can enjoy the beauty and spirit of the National Forest just as we've enjoyed them. And some of us have enjoyed them longer than others. And think this is pretty important. So, thank you.